We're learning Zilu Nishmas Etta Ahuva Basaka Masachet Sanhedrin Perek Zayim Mishna Daled. Elu Heinan Eskalin. These are the cases that the person is mechuyev skila. There are 18 cases, and 17 are discussed in this perek. So first is a hakdama in this Mishnah, and then the 18th one is discussed in the next perek, and the rest of the Masechtas deals with the other Dalamisas cousins. So what are the 18? We're just going to read through them, and then we're going to explain them when we get to the explanation. Abba La'im, Al Isha Sa'av, Al Kalav, Al Zachar, Al Behema, Va'isha Mevias Behema, V'Ambegade, V'Ovid Avidazara, V'Anoisim Nizar Al Amoylech, V'Baloi V'Yadoni, V'Amachalos Hashavas, V'Makalo V'Vimai, V'Abal Naim, V'Rosa V'Amesis, V'Amidiach, V'Amachashef, V'Ben Seiru Umayra. And again, we'll explain all of them as we get to them in the coming Mishnayos. The Teves says that some of these things are learned out in the pasuk. It says Skila Mefurish. Some of them are learned out from Ovi Yadoni because it says the Mayim Bum by Ovi Yadoni, and it says over there Mefurish Be'evan Yirgum Oisam that it's Beskila. And other ones that say the Mayim Bum we learn out from there, and then there are a couple that we learn out with the separate Gzer Shava. So the first one was Haba La'im. Over here the Gemara brings the Mishnah brings a Machlekes Chayv Ele Mishum Eim Mishum Eishes Av Rabbi Yehuda Omer Ein Chayv Ele Mishum Eim Bilvad. And the Gemara learns out from Psukim that Rabbi Yehuda holds that you only Chayv Mishum Eim. What about Eishes Ish? So Taisa says we're talking about over here that the father is dead already, so there's no Eishes Ish. Abol Eishes Av. Someone's born Eishes Av. So over here the Mishnah only brings one shita. Chayv Ele Mishum Eishes Av Mishum Eishes Ish. You chayv both Eishes Av and Eishes Ish. Bein b'chayav bein la'achar misas aviv. Whether the father's alive or father's dead. So if the father's dead is obviously not going to be Eishes Ish, but when the father's alive, that's when we're saying that you chayv both Eishes Av and Eishes Ish. And it's bein min erisin, bein min asum. Whether the father only had erisin, you're also going to be chayv Eishes Av and Eishes Ish. The Gemara brings there. Yehuda argues over here also and makes a drasha that you only chayv mishum Eishes Av and you're not chayiv mishum Eishes Ish. Habal kalasai. The third case is someone's born his daughter-in-law is also chayiv le mishum kalasai mishum Eishes Ish. Bein b'chayiv b'noi bein la'achar misas b'noi. Here also la'achar misas b'noi is not going to be Eishes Ish, but b'chayiv b'noi is going to be both kalasai and Eishes Ish. Bein min ha'eris and bein min ha'nesuin. And the Gemara just speaks out that there's no separate lav of Eishes binchahi, even though the pasuk says it, because zui kalasai zui Eishes b'noi. The Mishnah continues, Habal HaZachar. On this, there's no explanation in the Mishnah, but we bring it anyhow. Teziant is Matama why, but Pashas, we're just bringing them all over again, so that's referring to Mishka Zachar. Ba'ala Behema v'Isha HaMevias HaBehema. Say if a Zachar is Ba'an HaBehema, or Isha is maybe Behema Love. And the Gemara says, Hu Adin, if a Zachar is maybe Behema Love, also would be Chayiv. The Mishnah now addresses a separate issue. Why does the Behema get Skilim? Adam Chat Behema Machatas. Why did the Behema do an Aveira? So the Mishnah says two reasons. Either Adam Takala Yada, because he winded up getting killed. So the animal also gets killed. This is what we call kaloin, that it's shameful to him that someone got killed. And the Gemara is an afkamina whether it's al Takala or kaloin. And the Gemara fits out that in the second reason, it could be both takala and kaloin, but in the first reason that the Mishnah says, we declare whether it means takala or kaloin. And the nafkamina is, either if it's a goy ba al habeima, so then there's no kaloin, because a goy is darken bekach, ve'ina misbayish, he's not misbayish, Rashi explains. And if it's al kaloin, so then there is kaloin, because that if it's al takala, then there's takala, because he's a ben noyach, he's mitzvah on Arayas. And the other nafkamina is it's the Yisrael Shabal b'shoigig ala behema. So if it's b'shoigig, so he's not going to get killed. So there's no takala, but there is koloid. Mishnah Hey Hamagad Efein Chayiv Ad Sheyifarish Es Hashem. A person who curses Hashem, he has to say it mefurish. Amar Rabbi Yeshua ben Karcha b'chol yom danos Eidim b'kino Yaki Yosi Es Yosi. They didn't make the Eidim repeated in the beginning of the donning up the person. Rather, he would say a kinoi of Yosi. Rashi explains Yosi is Gematria Elikim, and the Tosfos Yantav learns out from there that you see you don't have to actually say Yud Kei Vav Kei Hu Adin Elikim or any other of the Shema She'enan Mchakim. He brings a Kesamisha that brings the Yad Ramah is Chaylik on that. The Mishnah continues, Nigmar Adin Lehargim Bekinoi Elamaitina Sa'adam L'chutz. After the Gemar Adin, they would actually make him say the Shem Hashem. They would be shailin as hagadol shebehem. They would ask him, "Oimer lo yamor masha shamata b'feirish." Say it mefurish v'oimer. He would say it. V'adayonim oindim al ragleim v'kurim v'lima'achin. The Gemara learns this out of Psukim that since they were saying over Hashem Hashem again, they would stand up and they would do kriya, and it would be a kriya that you couldn't sew up. V'asheni oimer afani kamoya v'ashlisha oimer afani kamoya. The second and the third Eidim would also say afani kamoya.